What is up? It's Alex Cole here, ready to play some Pokemon Fire Red. We start this challenge off by, of course, picking our trainer name, Alex, to start this run. We choose our rival name to be Green. We meet this guy named Oak, who says it's unsafe to enter the grass area. We are told to pick a starter Pokemon, and I go with Charmander. After that, we get to the very first battle with our rival, Green. After briefly explaining the basics, I go for a scratch attack. I use the move Growl as water-type Squirtle already has the access to Bubble, and after this it lowers my attack using Tail Whip. To do a bit more damage, I hit it with another strike, and of course Squirtle goes with another Tail Whip. From there, we obviously end our opponent with a scratch and win the first battle, gaining 70 XP, leveling up to level 6. After our little battle with Green, we go right into the tall grass to find a Pidgey. After hitting it with 2 scratches, the game was already over and I beat the Pidgey, gaining 15 XP points. My plan was to stay in the tall grass for a bit longer, so I keep fighting other Pokemon like Pidgey and Rattata to level up my XP, hopefully to get it to level 7. After killing this nice Rattata, we get 32 XP points, which gets us to that level 7, making sure that we have the End Burn activated, which will help with XP grinding later. After destroying another Rattata for EXP, we go to pick up Oak's mail from the Pokemon clerk. After battling it out with a level 3 Rattata, we then go to Professor Oak to give him his mail. Then it leads to Oak explaining one of his new inventions, the Pokédex. Then he gives us 5 Pokeballs to continue our journey to be a Pokemon trainer. After receiving the Pokeball, I immediately find this Pidgey and use the Pokeball on it after damaging it. We are greeted with another Pidgey. The only problem is that I put my Pidgey that I just caught first so I can grind its XP. And the problem with this is that it actually ends up dying. After that embarrassing defeat, we go to this old man that teaches us all about Pokemon catching. He then gives us a Techi TV to learn the basic needs of Pokemon battling and other stuff. After heading to the tall grass, we of course meet another Pidgey. Wow, what a surprise. The AI decides to give us a massive disadvantage by crit hitting first try. Because of this, I remember that you can XP share by one Pokemon swapping out and just destroying the opposing Pokemon. So you both get the XP, so that's what immediately I do with my Charmander, as it's level 7 compared to this level 3. Both gain 11 XP, and we move on. I soon already found the replacement for my Pidgey, this Caterpie, as Caterpie, when it's fully evolved, will evolve into a Butterfree, working great for my plan as it will be Flying Bug. used the Pokeball for this exact reason and just go for it. And it was a catch. We then find this random potion in a Pokeball, and we grab it, of course, because we need any sorts of heals we could find. We run into our first trainer battle other than the rival, which is the bug catcher Rick. He sends out his Weedle and I send out my Pidgey. But of course I use the strategy from earlier to swap out into Charmander, so I can just get the XP regardless of how much effort my Pidgey actually put into the battle. After that, using Emburn to kill it off, we gain 33 XP for both Pokemon, leveling up Pidgey to level 4 and leveling up Charmander to level 8. I plan to switch up my original strategy, this time trying to level up my Caterpie instead of my Pidgey. And of course, just like last time, I swap back into Charmander to make sure that the job is finished and none of my Pokemon get killed. After unintentionally one-shotting this Caterpie, we get 33 XP for both Pokemon once again, and move on to the next trainer. This time around we have a bug catcher Doug, and this is where, in my opinion, I think Nintendo got lazy, because it's, first of all, it's the same model, and the name change is only to the last bit. Besides that, they're both bug catcher blank. I sadly get poisoned, and it's not looking too good for my Charmander. Panicked by the possibilities of losing to this Weedle by getting poisoned, I used N-Burn to finish it off. Of course, because we're farming XP, I do the switch again. After switching back, of course, Weedle uses its poison sting once more time, and we get hurt by the poison, doing 3 ticks of damage, while I use Scratch instead of N-Burn for some reason. And we get String Shot, lowering our speed as time is running out. As we get hurt by the poison, we only have 2 more turns to turn this battle around. Hopefully nothing bad happens. We are able to level up our Charmander to level 9, and we're also able to level up our Caterpie. But of course, we are still poisoned, which makes us at 5 HP this next turn. Actually, never mind. We end up getting a big chunk of XP, 52 for Pokemon. That's actually not bad. I go to the menu and notice that my Caterpie is 28 XP points from leveling up, which is the closest out of any of them. And I also remember that I am poisoned. I need to get to a Pokemon Center fast or find an antidote. Luckily, there was an antidote right in front of me that I could use right now. So that's exactly what I do. I open up my bag and go to the antidote. After using the antidote, I realized that my Pokemon was only 3 HP, so then I heal up Charmander as it is our most damage heavy Pokemon because the other Pokemon are under level compared to Charmander. After all those problems were fixed, we go fight Bug Catcher Anthony, which sends out a Caterpie. It's a Caterpie on Caterpie. Knowing the AI patterns, I believe that it was just going to use String Shot for most of the time, so I just go for tackles regardless, but then it tackles me, and I actually missed one of my attacks, and so then I swap in Charmander back into the game. I use Emburn to finish the job, and luckily it one-shots just like how it always does, and we get 45 XP for both, leveling up Charmander, and Bug Catcher Anthony was defeated. This time we bump into Bug Catcher Charlie, which sends out a Metapod, and I decide to use my Charmander, of course, because come on, it's 4 HP, there's no way he's surviving that Metapod. I'm not gonna risk it like I did last time, so I immediately go Emburn, and it one-shots, luckily. Getting it to level 7, and he's about to send another Pokemon. I go back to my Caterpie. I use Emburn once again to one-shot this Caterpie, but unfortunately it crit hits, which I did not need at the moment, maybe in some later battles where it actually gets tougher. We happily take 54 XP and level up our Charmander to level 11. And something unexpected happens as our Caterpie evolves, and this is where I realize, somewhere later in the video, I realized that bug-type Pokemon evolve quicker than any sort of Pokemon out there, so that means we're going to be getting Butterfree way earlier than I was expecting. Having faith in its HP and new powers in defense and attack, I proceed to just go for it, attacking this level 3 Caterpie like there's nothing else to do as it slows us down, but it does not matter as we are just striking it down, bringing it out to the red levels of HP. We then find this Pokeball that has a potion for us to use, which I will use on my Metapod as it is 4 HP, which I should really be saving them instead of using them at any time, but most of them, they seem pretty convenient, and we are here with Bug Catcher Sammy, here to ruin our day with poison, because he has a Weedle, knowing my luck. I use Harden to raise my defenses, seeing how big of damage that is doing. Those poison stings are damaging, but I do not want to lose, so I keep increasing my defenses. I go for a tackle, goes for poison sting, and it actually poisons me this time around, and I just keep getting hurt. I don't know why I stay in, but I just do, and I keep trying to tackle. I crit, but it's not working, so then I swap out finally at 3 HP, use Charmander to hopefully get the job done, as I hit it with Ember and it's super effective and it one-shots, leaving Metapod to level 8. This is the part of the challenge that makes me decide to actually try to get a Pikachu, which this first one I'm not so lucky with because Charmander's level 11 and it just destroys it. So later in the video I try to reattempt getting a Pikachu right after I fix this poisoning effect on my poor Metapod. This is where I start my journey to XP farm / get the Pikachu, as I realized the water type gym leader is gonna be the perfect use for this kind of thing. After 4 attempts, I finally got the Pikachu. This time I was not gonna mess up using Metapod as my attacker, slowing it down. First of all, because Pikachu is quick, so then it immediately uses Growl to weaken my attacks, which is actually perfect, seeing that we're trying to catch it, not actually kill it. We were lucky enough to be able to catch this Pikachu, and we're not going to give any sort of nickname, so I just pass by the bar and go to the Pokemon Center, as I need to heal up my Pokemon, including the new Pikachu I just captured. Foolish me decides to go into the Pokemon gym of the Rock type gym. I go in. Of course, I put my Pikachu first, even though it cannot do anything against these rock types. Camper Liam is our first opponent. We are sending out our Pikachu, swapping out for our Charmander, so we do the XP strat. After all, it's level 3 compared to my other 2 Pokemon. And my Flamethrower / Emburn is not doing anything, so we are just keep using Flamethrower because Scratch actually does less damage, but we just keep going anyways. It keeps adding its defense, being annoying, making it harder to kill, which is not fun, wasting more of my attacks that I could possibly be using on the other Geodude that's gonna pop up right here. While I was ranting, the Pikachu leveled up to level 4, which is nice, and now we're going against Sandshrew, which we use the same method as before, but this time our attacks are more effective as it is not a flippin' rock type. From what I remember, Sandshrew is a ground type, which is lucky for us because it is doing more damage now that it's not a rock type that's stopping us from just burning it, and it actually got burnt, making our Pikachu level 6 and learning Tail Whip, which lowers defense. Charmander gets to level 12, and that is nice for us as we go back and start training for Brock. After getting my Pikachu to level 7, I realized how slow this is going to be, so then I immediately realized why not just buy a bunch of potions to make sure that Brock does not kill my Pokemon as quickly as he thinks he's gonna do it. I try to rematch the girl, I already forgot her name, to try to XP farm her for Brock, as the original method I was going with was not working too well. So we go to Brock, which he starts out with his Geodude. and I immediately swapped to Charmander to damage it, but I forgot to heal it, which could affect how this battle goes. And just as I thought he would, his Geodude eventually kills my Charmander, so I go with my second best Metapod. As a last second resort, to not trying to be completely useless, I use one of my heals to heal myself up, bringing me to 20 HP points as I use my attacks to specialize my defense to make sure that his attacks do not do as much damage, therefore using way less potions. After a useless attempt of trying to win, I am only left with my Pikachu, which will do nothing, so therefore I have already lost the battle. After this humiliating defeat, I decide to start training again, so here's me back at it with the Pidgeys. I went to the forest to go get some XP, as I realized I was not getting enough XP where I was using my training. So I find this katana to test out my theory. After all that training, I thought I was ready, but it ends up going horrible. In this current moment, even though you can't hear it because I muted all the actual audio, I say, how can I win this? Confused because it is a difficult battle to face. Brock is Onyx. With that rock tomb being deadly as hell, I have basically no counter. This leads me to a course train over and over again. I even try to get the NPC trainers to rematch me, but it turns out it doesn't work that way. Also, I can survive a couple more rock tombs from Brock because those are deadly. Once again, I believe I am strong enough to fight Brock, so then I go again to fight Brock. So I go for the rematch, and I use Metal Claw, which is super effective against rock types. But the one problem is that we still lost. So this time we make sure to use the potion strategy that we were meant to use for that match to make sure our Charmander does not die, as it knows Metal Claw, which is super effective against rock type Pokemon, and so it's gonna be way easier to beat. This made me realize that our so-called useless Pokemon of the team was not so useless, as it could paralyze Onyx, which means it would not attack sometimes. So I try to put this plan to motion by first destroying this Geodude to the max. Luckily, we get super lucky and the rock tomb misses as we hit it with the Metal Claw, doing so much damage because it's super effective, and it's not able to attack because of its paralyzation, making this the best strategy I came up with, and it destroyed Onyx. Never mind, it's at 1 HP. Surviving on 1 HP, bro. How? But at the end, it was no match, as it dies. We get the XP, we level up. He then proceeds to give us the TM for Rock Tomb, which we could probably use as we saw. It was a heck of OP move against us, so why not? This guy gives us some running shoes to be able to run quicker as long as we hold the B button, which is lovely because we've been walking a bit slow. We bump into a trainer named JC who has a Pidgey who uses a super powerful Gust Wind, which is very harmful to us, and also uses a sand attack. This does not seem very good for us, but hopefully we can win this throw. Thanks to the potion, I was able to get a clear victory and level up to level 11, and I had to fight another Pidgey. Well, let's see how this goes. Luckily for me, this was easier. The one problem is I was at 2 HP, but I used a potion to get out of that immediately, so I just started attacking again. Then my Metapod starts evolving into a nice Butterfree, and this is what we wanted all along. Unfortunately, we get attacked by Poison Sting, which actually affects us. It poisons us, so we're permanently affected until we go to the Pokemon Center or have an antidote. Unfortunately, in my bag, I do not have an antidote, so the only way to do this is just die, because I couldn't kill it in time. But luckily, Pikachu saves the day, making us level 11, and he forgets Thunder Wave for Quick Attack. I immediately go to the Pokemon Center after all my Butterfree fainted on me because of the poison it had earlier, and I decided not to swap out, so that is my fault completely. If you guys want to see more Pokemon content, hit that like button and subscribe. And part 2 will be coming out way later.